it's MK, and I am here to go over the Halloween bin that I have. So I did pull a winner, and the winner said, thank you, but no thank you. This is not her cup of tea. She doesn't have little ones at home anymore, and she just really has a hard time using the supplies that she already had. So I decided to come on and give it another go, and show you guys what all is in this giveaway. Now, as you know, this is actually February's giveaway. So at the end of this month, I still have a giveaway. So it's a bonus. There's 2 in 1 month. But I went through my Halloween/fall bin. So this is the bin. And then over here on the side is everything that I pulled from this bin. Right now, I'm just going to go over this bag of goodies that I have in here. And like I said, it is fall and Halloween. More Halloween than it is fall, but there's a lot of the Country Harvest stuff that when I was done. I did not need any more of this, so that's in there as well. So let me run through it. It's just super fast. I'm not going to go through every single thing and go ooh and ah, because of course I'm destashing, right? So, and as usual, there's a lot of paper, more so than supplies, but that is the way that it works. Okay, so here we go, and they'll be all nice and neat inside a flat rate box, and that's it. All right, guys, I did end up going through every single little piece that is in this package, but I have to tell you guys, seriously, I went over everything, telling you guys that some of it is from Shimmer, some of it's not just for boys, even though I wrapped it around a Bo Bunny kit. That little baggie was full of washi tape and brads and other little tiny pieces. I've got some fall collections. This one here is from 2004. Oh my gosh, but they're really cool, almost like clay images. I have a set in here that is from my very first 31 Days of Cut files, and I've included the video so that way you guys can go and see how it's put together. I have some Paige Evan little monsters that were just made too big, so I made them smaller, and that is why, I'm just gifting them because I've already used them on a page, and they were made exactly the same, showing you how many stickers are still left in the sticker sheet. And then when it gets to the papers and whatnot, most of it is because I had doubles, and I really didn't see myself needing any doubles. And then that chipboard piece was weird because I had extra chipboard pieces from somewhere else, and I didn't know where they came from because I only used 2 chipboard pieces from the fall collection from Simple Stories. And now I'm just flipping through, showing you guys that some of it's from a paper pad. This one here is a brand new, never opened Stampin' Up! Pack. But what I really love about it is the colors and also the large numbers that are in there. A ton of vellum to share with you guys because I always felt like it gives a ghosty, spooky, hazy feel. Some cardstock that must have been just left over from paper packs that I had. Just some really cool, fun stuff. Now, this was one of my favorite collections back in the Close to My Heart days. Oh my gosh, such a cute little fun monster page. And then tons of Stampin' Up! Papers to be going through. I've got 2 of those because I ended up with 4. Oh my gosh. And then this was a Stampin' Up! One, but it wasn't really, it was more like a chic pack rather than a Halloween pack. And then there was another piece there with the birds on it. This one here I thought was Creative Memories, but I think that is Creative Memories. And then this one here is more Stampin' Up! Just sharing you guys with the flowers and stuff and how it doesn't really have to be Halloween-y. It really doesn't. Like with the stars, the houndstooth has glitter on it. This one is one of my favorite pages of all times from Close to My Heart. Oh my gosh, I bought probably about 3 packs of it, but I'm ready to let some of it go. I really am. And then I thought that one was, what's it called? Basic Gray, but it ended up being Stampin' Up! And then, of course, I have some scraps in here and border strips that I felt like, especially Close to My Hearts, because they are tiny little patterns on their own. And I really thought that it would help. So anyways, and a cut file for you guys. So I'm going to go and get the ready for the layout. So this is what I've picked out for the layout. I have some My Mind's Eye brads, and I'm not sure, I know I want to use the little ghosty, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use the little skeletons. And then I've picked out, again, from close to my heart, all of these little acetate pieces. I've got some ghosties and a tree. Again, from close to my heart, I have some chipboard labels. And then from Scrapping Reflections, I have this cute little ghost set. I love this ghost set. I've pulled it out several times to work on a layout, and it's just never worked. So I'm hoping to get it on a layout today. I have some crows from Some Assemblage Required. And then from this Simple Stories, I think it's vintage October 31. Oh yes, October 31st is what it's called. I want to use this label and this Boo to You little tag thing in there. I have some more of that lace from Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit. And then from Little Yellow Bicycle, I have some dimensional stickers. But I really liked these bats, this boo, and this word creepy. They do kind of match, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make them all work on my layout. From Creative Memories, I have this sticker sheet, and I really like this fence and spider web left over. Here are all of my photos. I think I have 5 photos going on. I really do enjoy checking out old graveyards. I really, really do. And then this one here is very Halloween-y, the words on it and stuff, but I really wanted the style. I really wanted the print, no matter what it said. I have this beautiful cut file that was gifted to me by Janet. And then again, my favorite paper in all of Halloween world. I just love all the collage-y elements added to it. The fence, the trees, all that stuff. I hope it works. And then I pulled out 2 Simple Stories from the vintage October 31st collection again, because I liked how this was black, but not black. And then, of course, it's orange on the other side, but I'm not going to use the orange. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it all down. So I'm going to zoom out so you can see the full 2-page layout. Now, this is Stretch the Sketch. I probably have not said that because I was, too concerned in the beginning to share my giveaway. But it is a Stretch the Sketch layout for today. And the sketch was shown at the very, very beginning, where it was 2 panels, like a strip in the middle, and then a photo off to the lower left side, and then some really cool bubbles along the right side. So I'm going to attempt to make that happen, but first I have to figure out how I want this to look. So what I really wanted to do, besides cut out these creepy pumpkins, what I really wanted to do was cut this cut file in half and have it be my 2 panels like what's on the right side, but I'm going to stretch it across a 2-page layout, so I want it on the left side as well. So I've got the same thing going on. However, look at how awesome that looks with the collage behind it. Oh my god, I love that. So I really wanted it to work, and my first instinct was to cut it in half. Well, not exactly 6 inches in half, but cut it in between the branch on the left and the bird on the right and call it good. But I wasn't sure how the lower tree, seeing how it goes all the way over to the little cat in the cut file, I wasn't sure how that was going to look when I cut it in half. I just didn't know. And then I definitely wanted the fence to show, and when I put it square on, the fence didn't show at all. So I'll have to bring it down a little bit. So I'm not really sure, you guys. I'm still playing with it. Now I'm contemplating having the black be my paneling on the right and the left, and this beautiful cut file being in the center, seeing how it's a panel too, but it's supposed to house my my photos more than the panels on the right is supposed to be where all of my embellishments and things are going to go. So that's why I really wanted this. So I'm going to just take the plunge. I figured, you know what? If I want it in the middle, I'm going to have to cut it in half anyways for it to be in the middle, because it spans across both pages, right? So I knew I needed to cut it no matter what. I just didn't know exactly where to put it yet. So I went ahead and put it on the outsides of my pages just to make sure that that's where I want it to be. Now I'm going to take the white cardstock that was in that was backing this cut file, and use it for my photo mats. And I cut it at 4 inches because I only have 5. I cut it at 4 inches and at 6 inches, and it left me with a 2-inch piece. And the best part about that is I can pull out a border punch. And I used this spiderweb border punch from Martha Stewart. And I'm just going to go ahead and punch both sides and then rip them in half, because nobody's going to see the ripped portion of it. It's going to go behind that wordy paper that I just cut in half. So, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to get that lace to work on both sides of my layout later. So now I'm going to just go ahead and glue my layout together. I have decided that, yes, I want my layout to be, or my cut file to be on both sides. I mean, that was my original idea, and I'm just going to stick with it. For the left side, I am going to move my cut file down so that way that fence line is seen behind the kitty. I really like that fence line, and not too worried about the fact that I'm cutting off, just some collage work. That's all I'm doing. So I either hide the fence or hide the collage, and I was okay with hiding the collage. Now I decided to rough up my word paper, but I did put my web on first, so I decided it's okay if I do not have the distress go all the way across, all the way around that word paper. I am a-okay with it. Plus, I think a lot of photos are going to cover it up. Not hardly any of it's going to show anyways, so I'm okay with that. I really wanted the archway into the graveyard as part of my left side page, and then I took an overall view of the entire graveyard right as we walked in. And so I felt like that was my title page, or that was my title, because there really isn't going to be a title put on here except for that archway. So I wanted that to be my title, because in the sketch, the title is on its side on the left. And so that's basically just where my brain said, okay, this is where it's going to go. Now, for the left panel, I did put my cut file up a little higher because of the bird that is on this particular print. And I'm okay with the fact that they really don't match, because the pages aren't going to come together in the middle. So nobody's going to know, except for you guys and those that watch this video, that I didn't cut them the same. Like, nobody's going to know. And then I realized that the tree behind the kitty looks now like a bush, because I did not, it won't be connected to the other tree on the other side. I just realized that I don't have to have them, all together to get the effect I was going for. I just didn't need to. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I want my pictures. They just weren't working in the original way. I did not like the fact that some of the headstones that I took pictures of were all mostly facing to the right. And when I put them on the right page, it was like they were facing off the page. So I really didn't like that. So the title does end up, which is, like I said, the archway. I don't actually put a title on this. I was going to put a title of Eek, or creepy, because sometimes graveyards can seem that way, but not in broad daylight. They just can't. And they're not nighttime photos. So anyways, I did like that. And then I was okay with cutting that cross picture in half, because there's really nothing over on that left side. Everything is over on the right. So there wasn't really much. Now, I don't really like cutting my photos down that skinny and deleting almost everything in the page. I do like having that background and whatnot. So it's just one of those things. The bottom photo I could have cut really super skinny as well. I mean, there are different ways that I could have trimmed up my photos to get more of my layout to show, but I just really didn't want to when it all comes down to it. So now I'm just going to lay out all of my pieces, and this becomes a very long process. To be honest, I really didn't know where to fast forward the gluing portion, because I wanted to make sure that all of my pieces were going to look good before committing to them. I am going to put some black circles behind Sandy's ghosties up there, her acrylic ghosties. And then these white ghosts, Normally on printed acetate, you can put your adhesive on the print and it doesn't shine through. Well, these ones, some of them ended up shining through. And so I wasn't too happy about it, but then again, I really liked the effect of having all these ghosts all over the layout. Now, do I believe that there's ghosts in graveyards? No. These pictures are from my birthday. I wanted to go to Austin, Texas for my birthday in 2021. And one of the things, if you look up Austin, Texas, it's not Texas, it's Nevada, Austin, Nevada. One of the things that you look up, this graveyard site is, this graveyard site is very popular with visitors and whatnot. It's one of the oldest graveyards, still functional, like they still use it to date in Nevada. Most graveyards, it's okay, this plot is full, you can no longer put people here, and then they had to go find a different site, that sort of thing. And so this one here happens to still be used by the town of Austin. And so it's one of the most popularly visited graveyards. And so, of course, because the internet said so, I had to go see it for myself. And Austin is slightly considered a ghost town, but it's not. So it has its own history, and I will talk about more of that when I actually get to the town part. But for this graveyard, one of the things that my kids enjoy doing, and please don't think this is morbid, but it keeps them interested in silly little things that the parents want to do. The first thing that they do is they go and seek out the oldest headstone. And that is the picture up in the upper left side of the page, is the oldest headstone, which was 1876. And then, of course, you could see that it was a family plot. And so, of course, everybody that passed on later was added to. And then they also go and seek out the youngest headstone. And I know, like I said, that sounds very, very morbid. But there's so many stillbirths way back in the day that it was a thing. Unfortunately, it really was. People didn't have the doctors that we do now and stuff like that. And so that is one thing. I don't take pictures of that. I think I have maybe one picture, and I just didn't feel good with myself having that picture. And I'm not saying from this graveyard. I'm saying from one of the first graveyards that we took our kids to. I didn't feel comfortable with it, so I did not take a picture. This lower picture is just how beautiful. I mean, they lined almost every family plot with these beautiful fences. Some were just posts in the ground with chain going around it. They were just really, really super cool. I can't tell you enough. And then the vines that grow in between and along the fence work is just. It was just beautiful. It really was. And how ornate all of the headstones used to be back in the day. And then you could tell the difference by the newer headstones, how it just became plain Jane. It wasn't a mold or a thing anymore. And so I just like seeing stuff like that. I really do. I don't know why. So anyways, that is the layout for today. Like I said, I did have to cut out a bunch because basically I laid everything out and then you watched me glue it all back down in the same spot. The only thing different was I did add black to the back side of Sandy's booze. Here is the sketch yet again, created by Jana Eubanks. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining Stretch the Sketch. Be sure to check out everyone else down below. All of their links who are playing along are down below, and I will check y'all later. And also, too, the drawing for this, you leave a comment down below, and the drawing will be next Sunday. All right. Thank you so much, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.